here we go. Well, all you need for this game is either some string, some yarn. Maybe if you don't have lots of colors, you can even use strips like this, crepe paper, streamers, or whatever you have, different colored things like colors of the rainbow, because we're going to talk about the rainbow today. Okay, so here I'm going to put them like this. You've got to follow whichever color you are, that's the color that you have to follow, okay? So let's pretend I'm green because green is my favorite color. There we go. Here's yellow. And here's brown. All right. We had longer string, we'd be going further. So I'm going to start at one end of where my color is, okay? I'm going to stand on the green, and I'm going to go backwards because otherwise you're going to see my back. And I'm going to go all the way to the green color because I'm green. Now Miss Natalie's going to come and she's going to be the yellow color. So she's going to run up here and she's going to start at that end and she's going to walk to her color. Because her color is, what color is it? Right, it's yellow. And where's Miss Kathy? Miss Kathy's going to choose another color. She's going to choose a brown color. Oh, I'm going to choose the red. I'm going to start at this end, and I'm going to hop this time. Hop, hop, hop to the red one. Now Miss Natalie's going to choose the brown one. What's she going to do? She's going to do the jumpy jacks to the brown one. There you go. You can use lots of colors. You could use purple, you can use blue, magenta, violet. There's a song about the rainbow, but I don't remember it right now. So maybe you can remember it and sing it, okay? So you can use lots of colors and do it all. Maybe you could do it on one leg. 1, 2, 4, and then use the other leg. Find the different colors, okay? Because we're going to talk about the rainbow today and what it means and why God made the rainbow. Okay, time for our verse. Did you practice your verse last week? I hope so. Okay, here we go. It's from 2 Samuel 22, 30, verse 30 and 31. Okay, here we go. In your strength, I can crush an army. With my God, I can scale any wall. God's way is perfect. All the Lord's promises prove true. He is a shield for all who look to him for protection. 2 Samuel 22, 30, and 31. Okay, we're going to practice the second part now, okay? All the Lord's promises prove true. He is a shield for all who look to him for protection. Let's do it again. All the Lord's promises prove true. He is a shield for all who look to him for protection. Where's it found? 2 Samuel 22, 30, and 31. Now let's do the whole thing. Are you ready? In your strength, I can crush an army. With my God, I can scale any wall. God's way is perfect. All the Lord's promises prove true. He is a shield for all who look to him for protection. 2 Samuel 22, 30, and 31. Where's it found? 2 Samuel 22, verses 30 and 31. We were in the middle of a super great story last week, remember? The animals, now they're in this ark, right? Who else is in this ark? Do you remember? Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their families. And all the animals of the world, right? So at least 2 of every kind. And then they had to bring food for all that time. So anyway, so remember, it started raining. It was raining and raining. It wasn't just raining a little bit. It was raining a lot. Lots of rain coming down. And the people of the city, they were all over the place like, what is this? And I'm sure they're thinking like, ooh, we made fun of Noah, didn't we? Now we wish we were in that ark, because the water was getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher until it went even over the tops of the mountains. That's how high the water went. So what happened to all the animals that were left? You're right, they didn't make it. And the people died too. They were wicked people. They did not choose to obey God. They did not love God. And so this was a punishment on the people, weren't they? They all died. But the story does not end there. So what happened? For 40 is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. That's how many 40 is. 4 times 10. So 40 days and 40 nights, it rained and rained and rained and rained. There was big clouds up in the sky, dark clouds. It just rained and rained and rained. But who was safe in the ark? Noah, his wife, his family, and all those animals. Can you imagine what that ark smelled like? Oh my goodness, it was probably very sticky. Yeah, all those animals. Oh, so what happened next? They waited. They waited. And they waited. And then they waited some more. Because that was a long time and they didn't know what was going to happen. Right? But they knew that God's way is, let me hear it. That's right, perfect. God's way is perfect. So they knew God knows what he's doing. So they just waited and waited till it was time to do something else. So after it rained 40 days and 40 nights, Noah decided to open a window. And first he let out a raven. And out it went, but it had no place to stand, no trees to get into, nothing. There was just water, so he came back in. Then Noah waited maybe a week or so, and then he sent out a dove. Let's make a dove with our hands like this, okay? Let's pretend our fingers are the wings. And the dove went out, flew and flew. And then what happened? You're right, it came right back to Noah because there was no place for him to stand. So he came back. So Noah waited another week. And then he let the dove out again. So here we go. Let me see your fingers. Flap like this. He flew and he flew and he flew. And then he grabbed an olive branch and he kept flying. There was still no place to put his feet. So he came back to Noah and he brought the olive branch. So Noah knew, there's some treetops that are now below the water. Yay! So he waited again. And then he sent the dove out again. Here he goes. Where's your fingers? He flew and he flew and he flew and he flew. And here he goes. Look, there's a tree for him to land in. there must be land. There's a place for him to stand. So there must be land that is starting to dry. God said the wind, shh, and it started drying the water away from all the land and the trees. And so then Noah waited again. And finally, what did God say? Open the doors. So he opened the doors to the ark and he came out. Everybody's piled in here. I think probably the family came out first. What do you think? Yeah. And then all those animals, they came out and they went all sorts of places and they were so happy to get out of that stinky ark, right? That's right. But this is the special part. Noah and his family built a sacrifice to thank God for what he had done. And then God sent a sign, a promise to the people that he would never, ever, ever send a flood like that again. So you never have to worry about that. God's never going to send a flood that covers the entire earth again. And he sent a beautiful rainbow. Look at all the colors of the rainbow. God sent a rainbow to remind us that he would never send a flood on the earth like that again. So, God made a promise. God's way is perfect. Noah didn't know this was all going to happen, but he knew that God's way is perfect. God always knows what he's doing. So do we need to trust God? Absolutely, because God's way is perfect.
Wow, that was a great story. Do you remember how long it rained? 40 days. Wow, that's a lot of rain. So after the rain, God created the rainbow to show his promise that he would never flood the earth again. So today we're gonna make a rainbow. So we need a cardstock like this, and you're gonna get strips of paper in all different colors. All right, and then get your glue stick. You're gonna put your first little arch on the paper by putting glue on just the edges of the colored paper. And then you're gonna go like this and glue it so that it has a little arch like a rainbow like that. Okay? And you're gonna get your next color and it's gonna go right on top of that one. So let's try that. Next color, put some glue on the edges. Glue. Yeah, do you see how it's starting to look like a rainbow? And so pretty soon you're gonna have all your colors on there and it's gonna be a big, beautiful rainbow. And then after you finish that, you can take your cotton balls, because they look like fluffy clouds. You can kind of pull them apart, put some glue on the paper, and then it'll look like your rainbow is way up in the sky. Let me put a couple on and I'll show you.